The next day, Ren's surprised to find Kazuya seated on the breakfast table. When they make brief contact, Ren offers a polite nod. Kazuya frowns but returns the gesture. Good morning, Ren. Ready for your second day of school? Yes. Wonderful. I prepared your lunchbox. There's fried egg, rice, pickled vegetables, and... Ren listens diligently as Granny rambles on about the different ingredients. It sounds like a very balanced, nutritious meal. I would like to prepare your favorite foods for you, but you still haven't found any, have you? Ren nods, slightly displeased to admit that he still hasn't made any progress on the task he was given a week ago. I think he's gonna start liking sausage, Granny. You can start putting a lot of sausage in there. Although I haven't forgotten about it, I temporarily had to focus my efforts on befriending Kazuya, so I still haven't made any developments on this task. Hey, stop talking about me like I'm some science project. I wonder if the sex scenes will be weird because of that. Kazuya just mentioned a science project. I wonder if the sex scenes will be really weird and Ren... Oh, what? Who am I kidding? There's no sex scenes in this. It's fine, it's fine. Kazuya has a difficult personality, so it will take him time to become friends with him. You should try out different foods and figure out what you like to eat first. Not you too, Grandma. I'm right here, you know. Stop yapping with food in your mouth, you're going to choke on it. As Granny starts to scold Kazuya about his eating habits, Ren's mind drifts back to the topic of his favorite food. Oh my god, it's so early I can't read. I should ask Sora what types of food are acceptable as favorite ones. There are so many different types that I have tried over the past couple of days, I'm not quite sure where to begin. Yeah, I just want to see Sora again. On top of that, there's so many types of foods that I still have not tried or will be able to try anytime soon. How is it possible to pick a favorite without trying everything? Stop sneering into space and eat your breakfast. We're going to be late otherwise. It takes Ren a second to realize that Kazuya has addressed him. We are walking together? It was my idea. You live together and you have to leave around the same time, so you might as well go together, right? It's true that it's more efficient. The extra bonding time will also be useful for improving our relationship. Besides, we're already walking home from school together as well. Oh, count me in. Oh wait, no. I got Haruto confused with Kazuya. With a bright smile, Haruto bursts into the kitchen, taking a seat at the table. Granny replies with a bright grin of her own, handing Haruto a plate of food. Smells amazing, Granny. Thank you. I'll make sure to enjoy this lovely meal as much as I always do. Oh, you're such a flatterer. Granny giggles, playfully hitting Haruto's shoulder with a softly clenched fist. Kazuya gags under his breath. Gross. Don't be so humble, Granny. I only flattered those who deserve it. Daily reminder that our dining table's starting to look like a refugee camp. Racist! I told you he's racist. At this point, we should just invite the entire neighborhood. Just invite all of Africa, why don't you? Just dilute the clean gene pool of Japan. It's been like this for a week already. If you joined us for a meal more often, you would have gotten used to it by now. We should just send them all back to where they came from. Besides, you shouldn't be complaining. I think it's lovely that the atmosphere around here has gotten livelier. For a moment, Kazuya's hard face softens. Well, as long as you're enjoying it. What was that? You actually said something positive. Oh, shut up, old man. Haruto coughs, his expression scrunching up in displeasure. Old? You know I'm barely 20. You're 20 and you're a teacher? Like anyone would take anything a teacher that young says seriously. Slowly regaining his composure, Haruto wags a reprimanding finger in the younger man's direction. You should, or I'll have to start throwing you in detention. Does he have the power to put people in detention as a substitute? Just throw him in detention already. Serves him right for always skipping his meals. Maybe spank him a little for me too. I'm a little too old with my arms. I want to watch you spank him, Haruto. Grandma! In contrast to his earlier statement, Haruto doesn't join their walk to school in the end. Apparently he wants to avoid bringing unnecessary attention to their relationship by hiding the fact that they live in the same building from the rest of the school. Why? What does it matter? As a result, after finishing their breakfast and gathering their things, Haruto takes a longer road to school while Kazuya and Ren share the shortcut. BDSM grandma? Hot. As soon as they reach the school, Kazuya separates from Ren without a word, rushing on ahead. Is there a reason we should not enter together? I will have to ask him later. He just doesn't want to be seen with a colored person. Disgusting. There's little change in today's schedule compared to yesterday's. It's comfortable that they stay organized by sticking to the routine for the most part. Although Ren is used to a far more strict schedule, he enjoys that the school employs some sort of structure, unlike when he spent all his days at home. While Ren is very patient, he finds it troubling to have such a vast amount of free time. Because of his previous lifestyle where every minute of the day was pre-planned by his superiors, he's not accustomed to such a large amount of free time, nor having to decide what to do with said free time. Although school is very relaxing in comparison to my life during the project, it still has some type of structure. I prefer it over free time. Ren does his best to pay attention to the teachers until the bell rings, signaling the start of lunch break. Right away, the students rise from their seats, emptying the cramped classroom. Kazuya does the same and Ren quickly interjects before he leaves. Where will you be having lunch? Kazuya glances at Ren with nonchalant eyes, shrugging. Probably the soccer field like I always do, but don't follow me. I'll get seriously mad if you do. What if my friends find out I'm talking with with someone like you? That contradicts my data. According to my findings, friends and those wishing to become friends should eat lunch together. Well, newsflash, friends also need to spend time apart and see their other friends. And see their other friends of the same race, okay? Can't go mixing the fucking races, Ren. Come on, I already told you. I already have to tolerate you at home and spend all day in class with you, so at least cut me some slack at lunch. I have no way to confirm that information, but Kazuya is a very honest person, so I do not believe it's false. It does make sense, I think. Understood. Enjoy your lunch. Kazuya's eyes widen slightly. You're seriously not going to follow me? No, unless that is your preference. No. Understood. Kazuya nods, biting back a small grin as he gathers his scattered belongings. You've made me a promise now, alright? Don't come find me as long as it's not an emergency. Kazuya swings his backpack over his shoulder, making a beeline for the classroom's exit. Before he leaves, he throws one last glance at Ren. Hey, Ren. Yes? Kazuya scratches his neck, lingering at the door for a few moments. Enjoy your lunch too in the segregated eating area, okay? Make sure you don't cross over into the white area. You might get beat. Yes. With that said, Kazuya leaves. Ren rises from his seat, going over his options for lunch. The entire school has lunch break at the same time. This should be a suitable time to find and consult Sora regarding the topic of foods. Although it's not certain that he's in the classroom, it's the first place I can think of to search for him in. Ren leaves the classroom, walking in the direction of Sora's classroom with determined steps. As they are in the same grade but different classes, their main classrooms are located on the same floor. Thus, it doesn't take long for Ren to reach his destination. After checking that the coast is clear and that he will not be disturbing anyone inside, Ren enters. Racist tsundere? Hell yeah. The few students still inside the classroom all turn to look at Ren. As soon as they catch a glimpse of him, they turn back to their friends, whispering animatedly. In the corner of the back of the room, sitting alone, is Sora. Just like the other students, he notices Ren as soon as he walks in, waving excitedly at him. Ren, over here! Ren walks over to Sora's desk, raising a hand to wave in casual greeting. I don't know. I maybe butchered the sentence. Did I not sleep? I never sleep. Hello? You came here to see me, right? Want to have lunch together? Yes, I'd also like to request your help again. Really? Yes, is that a problem? Not at all, I'm just surprised. I'm actually able to help you out, but like, a good type of surprise. Definitely not the bad sort, don't worry. What a young boy. That is very creepy to say. Zoinks. Ren tilts his head to the side in confusion, troubled by this new piece of information. There are different types of surprise? Kinda. Sora awkwardly shrugs, softly patting Ren on the arm. Ren is surprised by the sudden body contact, but does not visibly react, judging the behavior to be normal between two students their age. Ren couldn't determine if it was sexual or not, but he hoped it was. I usually have lunch in the library. The librarians don't really mind as long as we don't make a mess. Come on, I'll explain everything to you on the way there. Sora brings Ren to the library on the second floor. It's surprisingly loud, at least according to Ren's preconceived expectations of the optimal noise level of a library. Sora appears to notice Ren's confusion, quickly explaining. There's also a silent library, but this is the regular one. It's normal for students to eat here, so they eat in the library? That doesn't seem normal. There's usually rules against that. It's normal for students to eat here, so the staff are not too picky about noise during lunch hours as long as no one's screaming. I understand. I will take note of that. As they unpack their lunches at one of the empty tables, Sora changes the topic. You ate in the library too? Very strange. Anyway, how did things go with the guy who dislikes you? Thanks to your advice, I think I've made significant progress. We walked together to school this morning. Oh, cool. You live near each other? We are foster brothers. Oh. Sora pauses, opening his mouth as if to say something, though he quickly shuts it again. Is something wrong? Nah, I was just curious about... Nah, never mind. It's rude to ask. Also, I just remembered, on the video that I posted yesterday, one of you said that Sora wasn't that cute, even though I was going on and gushing about him being cute. I think it was you, Maka Hadama. I think it was you. I'm very angry at you for that. Just saying. You said he had an ugly haircut and his hair is cute. And look, it's Nox. Wow. Alright, I'll just spit it out then, because I don't think there's any way to ask this without being rude. Why are you a foster kid? Ren pauses, deliberating his choices. He does not recall being given an official explanation for this question, other than that his biological guardians are incapable of supporting him at the moment. My parents are not able to take care of me. Oh, for financial reasons or whatever? Gotcha. Sora nods in understanding, but his questions don't stop there. I saw it, Lindsay, don't worry. So, is this like your first foster family, or are you used to moving around a lot? I don't think there's an official response for that either. I cannot answer that. Sora's smile trembles slightly, but he quickly replaces it with an apologetic grin. Sorry, I shouldn't have asked that. I overstepped my boundaries. Ren uses his chopsticks to pick up some of the pickled vegetables, bringing them to his mouth. It's fine. It's normal to be curious. Your lunchbox looks amazing, by the way. Did you make it yourself? No, Granny did. Man, you're so lucky. I wish my mom would make me a lunchbox every once in a while. She just gives me barely enough cash for one of the convenience store meals. Actually, even better than that. I wish I had a pretty girlfriend who's good at cooking to make me one of those cute lunchboxes. Girlfriend. As Sora starts to ramble about food and girls, Ren couldn't help but be disgusted by the mention of a girlfriend. Somehow, it just gave him a stomachache and he kind of wanted to vomit. Ren recalls the original reason he searched for Sora's company in the first place. Sora, do you have a favorite food? I think someone told me that, that the creator of the game is maybe working on adding a Sora route, because there isn't one right now, but I think that's what they said. Someone told me. So, I guess maybe he'll go gay for us in the future. Oh my god. There's a super cute girl in class 2B who, favorite food? Oh yeah, of course I got one. Who doesn't? In fact, I love food so much, I got multiple favorites. There's steak, teriyaki, chicken, okonomiyaki, shabu shabu, and I'm just extremely offended that in a BL game that they have to so openly condone heterosexuality and have main characters speak about it as though it were normal. It's really ridiculous. And who could ever forget about the best, tastiest, and most affordable convenience store ready meal in all of history? Ren's ears perk in interest. He leans closer to Sora, focusing his full attention on the dark-haired boy. Do I have a favorite TV show? I don't watch TV. What is this? The best, tastiest, most affordable convenience store ready meal in all of history? You don't have to repeat it, I was about to tell you. Anyway, I'm obviously talking about instant noodles. I see. Is that a good favorite food to have? Yeah, totally. Well, actually, not really. It's not exactly healthy, and I always get really bloated afterwards. But as students, who are we to complain? As long as it tastes good and it's cheap, I'm good. Ren nods, taking a mental note of everything that Sora has told him. So you don't have one? Wait, so you don't have one? No. Granny has requested that I decide on a favorite food, but I'm not quite sure as to what the best method to draw such a conclusion. It's not really something you decide on, it usually comes naturally. Naturally? Ren tastes good and it is cheap? Perfect pairing? Oh my gosh. Yeah, like maybe you have a good memory attached to it, or maybe you just prefer the taste over other things. It could even be as simple as it being something you eat often. Ren stares at Sora, waiting for the boy to elaborate, but he never does. Ren fixates his gaze on the food in front of him, instead unsure of how to interpret Sora's vague explanation. At last, after contemplating for a while, he voices his confusion. I don't understand. It is too abstract. Could you order the criterion a list, perhaps, from the most to least important? Sure! Sora rips out a scrap of paper from one of the blank pages in his notebook, scribbling a couple notes on it quickly. Here you go, a list of criteria for your favorite food. Ren takes the list from Sora's hands, reading it aloud. 1. It should taste good. 2. You should want to eat it often. 3. You should have good memories associated with it. Ren memorizes its contents and pockets the note, taking care not to crumble it as he does. Then he turns back to focus on Sora again. He has just done me a favor, correct? In that case, I should get on my knees and begin servicing him. Thank you. Sora's cheeks light ablaze. He turns his head to the side slightly, scratching his cheek. How are you gonna blush that much just because someone said thank you, but you're gonna be talking about girls 10 seconds ago? Sounds like someone's in the closet, hun. You're just trying to act outwardly heterosexual. Trying to talk about girls all the time. I don't buy it. You're welcome. It's the least I can do for a real-life hero like you, after all. After finishing their lunches, Sora and Ren part ways. Ren still has a bit of time left until class starts again. His first instinct is to find Kazuya, but he promised the redhead he would not disturb him. I'll just return to class and wait. Hey Ren, how's it going? Just then, Haruto appears from around the corner, approaching Ren with a casual smile. Are you trained in stealth? You're very good at sneaking around. I'm offended you say it like I've been stalking you. Ren lowers his voice to a whisper, making certain that no one will overhear. Of course, you are here to observe me, are you not? Fair points. Lucky me though, right? All the other teachers run around like chickens all day. But all I've got to do is keep an eye on your cute face. Cute? Ren reaches a hand out to touch his face, pondering over the word. Can you explain what features of my face are cute? Haruto's cheeks blush bright red. He clears his throat, avoiding Ren's gaze. What? Well, I guess it's because... Ren's gaze remains fixated on Haruto. I'm interested because I have not been described as cute before. The other students have only referred to me as scary-looking and athletic. I also overheard one girl calling me nice to look at but unapproachable. Haruto frowns, changing the direction of their conversation. I see. You're still struggling to fit in then. Yes, but I'm not quite sure why. I am following all the normal rules to social behavior. Well, keep your chin up and I'm sure you'll be fine. All transfer students need a little time to fit in with the rest of the class. It's nothing unusual. If Haruto believes that it's not unusual, I should be able to trust his judgment as my mentor. I will continue as I have then. That's the spirit. Haruto grins, raising his palm in the air. Ren stares blankly at his open palm, waiting for further instructions. Are they high-fiving? Come on then, hit it. Understood. Ren slams Haruto's hand away. Ow! Even when restraining himself, his hit has enough force to send Haruto stumbling a couple of steps back. Clutching his burning hand, Haruto turns around with a childish pout on display. I was asking for a high five. What was that for? You said I should hit it. Not like that, but like this. Haruto raises his hand again, seizing Ren's hand this time to clap their palms together softly. See what we just did? That's a high five. It's something people do as a greeting or congratulations. In this context, you meant as a congratulations? Precisely. See, you're a fast learner. I'm sure you'll fit in with the rest of your class in no time. Haruto blinks one eye at Ren in what Ren has learned as a gesture known as winking, though he's still uncertain why Haruto constantly uses this gender, and why Haruto always constantly points to his crotch when he winks. It's very confusing. You should get to class. I'll see you later. Yes. Ren bows his head in deference, waiting for Haruto. Whoops. Whatever, it doesn't matter. After school ends, Kazuya prepares to leave for soccer practice. After most of the students in the class have left, Kazuya slowly approaches Ren. You're still planning on walking back together? Yes, I will meet you in the park after practice. Right. Kazuya shakes his head, throwing his bag over his shoulder and walking out. Ren waits patiently at his desk, scrolling through the pages of one of the books from Granny's collection until the sun falls. There's still some time until we should meet. I should go to the park early in case he shows up earlier than planned. When Ren arrives at the park, Kazuya still hasn't arrived. Instead, he bumps into another familiar face. Eee. Oh, Straighty. Oh, hey Ren, what are you doing here? Going for a walk? Sora cycles up to the bench Ren's seated on, stopping next to it. Ren stands there to greet him, still maintaining eye contact. No, I'm waiting for my foster brother to finish soccer practice. Oh, cool, you've got some free time then. Sora clasps his hands together in excitement, beaming eagerly up at the taller boy. So I've been thinking, and I think it's a waste that more people aren't able to enjoy your help like I did, right? I mean, you're tall, dark, and handsome. You're the perfect hero. Sora's always talking about heroes. He must like them a lot. Anyways, in order for you to become a real neighborhood hero, you've actually got to get out there and help people. What is he talking about? Do you want him to become a vigilante? And I couldn't help but connect you with the people who need your help or something like that, you know? Don't you think that'd be totally cool? Ren hesitates. He does not recall reading about being a hero anywhere during his research. So he's still uncertain whether it would benefit his mission or not. Is it something normal people do? Huh? Not really. But I mean, that's kind of the point of it though. Heroes shouldn't be like people. Like other people, they're special. Ren shakes his head, having lost all interest in the conversation. Then I'm not interested. What? Why not? Because I have to learn how to be normal, so it's not useful. Learn how to be normal? Why would you want to do that? Being normal is boring, trust me. I know, I'm the most average person you'll ever meet. Ren's brows knit together, confused by Sora's obvious statement. I know, that's why I always ask for your advice. Oh, you just burned him. Ouch. You're really a brutally honest guy, Ren. Ren shrugs, still disinterested in the current topic of their conversation. Ren is at least bi, you think? Oh, maybe. With so much information to filter in so little time, there's simply no point in learning or spending time on things that are not directly useful to the mission. It's not efficient. I think I'm going to make my leave before my self-confidence takes any more blows. But give it some thought, okay? There are a lot of people in this neighborhood who would appreciate your help. One of the words in Sora's sentence stands out to Ren, regaining his attention. Helping others is a good thing to do according to Granny, right? According to Granny, if I help others, they'll like me more, and I believe that's beneficial for my mission. Come on, I'm not leaving until you say you'll consider it at least. I will think about it. Really? Awesome. Think really hard about it, okay? Sora raises an open palm, remembering Haruto's lesson from earlier in the day. Ren gently lets his hand make contact with Sora's palm in a high five. Grinning from ear to ear, Sora hops back up on his bicycle. Sora may be pan? You people and all your sexualities. See you at school. See you. Ren stands there for a while, waving until Sora's out of sight. I'll have to ask Granny and Haruto I'll have to ask Granny and Haruto, then make my decision. That's not English. I don't think. In the evening after dinner, Ren helps Granny wash up their dishes in the kitchen. Haruto and Ren usually rotate helping her out, and tonight it is Ren's turn. While Kazuya never helps wash the dishes, he does help out with other chores, like watering the plants in the garden in the morning, or managing the laundry. Ren also tried to help with the laundry once, but did not end well. Since then, Granny has made sure to keep him far away from the washing machine. You look like you have something on your mind, Ren. There's something I'd like to ask if you do not mind. I never mind. Go on, dear. You mentioned that this is good to help other people. Do you think being a hero would allow me to do so? A hero? Ren elaborates, explaining Sora's request. Granny listens intently, nodding along every now and then. I see. It sounds like this friend of yours has read too much manga. He sounds like an otaku. You should stay away from his kind. However, he isn't wrong. It's true that heroes are popular because they always help others, but you don't have to be a hero to help others. Personally, I think heroes are overrated. They want so much glory just for doing what any decent human with their strength should do. So I should not do it? No, you misunderstand. Well, I agree that it would be lovely for you to help out the local families. I mean, just the locals. I'm saying you don't have to be a hero to do it. Just be a good person. It's still a confusing concept, but basically Granny is saying that striving to be a good person is a positive goal, right? In that case, I will try to start helping others as a regular good person, not a hero. Great! Then why don't you start with helping me take out the trash? Understood. I'll go for an evening walk afterwards. Granny stares at Ren with wide eyes, her mouth hanging half open. Ren stares back at her puzzled. What's so what are you shook by? Who snatched your weave? What's wrong? No, you actually want to do something on your own accord. The other day you told me that going for evening walks is good for my health. Oh, so that's why. Well, yes, I suppose that's true. You shouldn't go alone at this hour, though. Bring Haruto or that lazy-ass Kazuya with you. Understood. I will ask one of them. He needs to hang out with you more so he can get over his prejudice. Well, let's ask Kazuya. It's probably for the best that I ask Kazuya. According to my observations, going for a walk together should prove to be a very acceptable and effective way to bond with him. Ren locates the trash and grabs it, nodding to Granny, who gives a gentle smile and a small wave before going outside. The early night is comfortable, cool, no clouds cover the beautiful star-filled sky. Kazuya's room isn't far away, so Ren reaches it in a moment, knocking against it and waiting. Who is it? It's Ren. The door opens moments after only ever so slightly, and sour... Something happened there. The door opens moments after, only ever slightly, and a sour-faced redhead peeks out through the small gap in the door. What do you want now? I'm going for an evening walk. I'd like to request your company. Are you a dog? I'm busy. Just go alone. Granny has requested that I do not go alone. Then ask Haruto. He's your babysitter. Kazuya closes the door in Ren's face, but it doesn't break Ren's determination. He knocks on the door again. Knock forever if you want. I'm not going with you. In moments like this, I believe there's only one suitable word after all. I'm asking Kazuya for a favor. Please. There's a long silence on the other side of the door. Eventually, Ren hears a deep sigh, then Kazuya opens the door. I've got stuff I need from the convenience store anyway, so I guess it doesn't hurt for us to go together. Let's be quick about it, though. Understood. Let's go. The pair bid goodbye to Granny, then head out into the cold evening breeze. As the pair steps outside, Kazuya wraps his muffler closer, clinging onto the warmth. Judging from the way his lean frame shivers slightly, as soon as his skin makes contact with the chilly evening air, he must be cold. If you're uncomfortably cold, I can hold your hand. What? Kazuya stiffens, stuttering his words as all color fades from his face. He must be really cold after all. If I hold his hands, we should be able to maintain our body heat more effectively. Without hesitation, Ren reaches out to grab Kazuya's hand, intertwining their fingers. Kazuya still stands still, stiffer than a tree, as he gawks at their intertwined hands. Oh my god, they're actually holding hands? He looks at their hands, then up at Ren's face, then back at their hands again. Ren starts to walk, practically dragging Kazuya with him. At this pace, we're not going to reach our destination before it's closing time. Please walk faster. We have approximately 27 minutes until the nearest convenience store closes. Kazuya appears to be confused. Does he not remember the way? I don't believe it's cold enough for his mental state to be affected to such an extent that he lost his memories, but it's possible that he's overly sensitive to weather changes. Wait. I can't be seen holding hands with a lower race like you. Regaining his senses, Kazuya rips his hand away from Ren. Ren immediately stops, examining Kazuya's reddening face. Do you have a fever? Ren puts his hand on Kazuya's forehead, but doesn't feel like he has a temperature. Still, Kazuya's face grows redder by the second. You can't just randomly touch people like that. What if they misunderstand your intentions? You can't go mixing the fucking races, Ren. Didn't they teach you that? Kazuya slaps Ren's hand off his forehead, hiding his blushing face behind his muffler. I don't understand what anyone would misunderstand. Bullshit. I'll never buy it for a second that a 17-year-old guy like you is that naive, even if you were from the Stone Age. As you've already noted, I'm only 17. It's physically impossible for me to be from the Stone Age. Stop taking the stuff I say literally. God, I want to punch you. Ren tilts his head to the side, puzzled. You would like to punch me? Is that not a hostile gesture I've misinterpreted its purpose? Never mind, let's just go. Understood. Please inform me if you change your mind, though. I'm willing to hold your hand at any time. I'm also willing to get punched if that's a normal custom for moments like this. I'm also okay with whipping, inserting, stretching, slapping, anything you want to do to me, Master. Kazuya glances at Ren, hesitation apparent in his eyes. In the end, however, he doesn't say anything. At the convenience store, Kazuya buys a pack of snacks. He also purchases 2 cups of hot chocolate, briefly explaining to Ren that it will help keep them warm on their way back. On the way back to the apartment complex, Kazuya takes a longer roundabout. As the silence drags on, Ren finds himself did I accidentally skip that? Finds himself growing impatient, stealing small sips of the hot chocolate every now and then. On the other hand, Kazuya finishes his hot chocolate within minutes, discarding the empty paper mug in a nearby bin. We cannot bond if we do not make conversation. It appears that Kazuya has no intention to speak first, which means it'll be up to me to make the initiative. I would like to make conversation with you, Kazuya. Yeah. According to my data, it would be wisest to discuss a shared interest. However, from what I can recall, my information on your interests is too limited to be discussed. Screw that. Don't you ever act based on your instincts. My instincts? Ren hesitates, unsure of how to respond to that question. He's never had a reason, nor an urge to act based on his instincts. No, it's not effective. It doesn't matter whether it's the most logical choice or not, it's about your emotions. You really don't have any feelings at all? For example, when the other students avoid you or I say I dislike you, that doesn't affect you at all? Although your behavior is incomprehensible to me at times, it does not upset me, if that's what you're asking. I don't understand why it should either. It would only hinder my ability to follow my orders efficiently. Whatever, I shouldn't have bothered trying to reason with you. For a second I thought you might have a heart somewhere in there, but you clearly don't. As expected of a killer. So he knows that he's a killer? I didn't realize that. Kazuya clicks his tongue. His gaze turns skyward, distracted by the stars. Did Granny tell him that he was a killer? Oh, the music stopped. Listen, because I'm only going to tell you this once. Understood, you have my full attention. My grandma's way too kind for her own good. She feels bad for you, and she thinks she can save you. But I know better than that. The only thing your heart beats for is violence. You might act gullible like you're really trying to fit in with the rest of society or whatever, but you can't change what you were born to do. Ren's grip on his empty mug tightens, squeezing the intimate object until it looks like a crumpled piece of paper. Your kind has always been like that. You're just violent criminal thugs. Why not? Huh? Kazuya's eyes fall from the sky, fixated on Ren's blood-red ones, with a hint of curiosity in them. I was raised to never accept an order that I cannot complete. Therefore, I have a perfect completion record. It's not my intention to fail here. I'll become a normal member of society and live a simple life according to my orders. Don't you get it? That's the problem. Everything's a mission to you. You don't do anything of your own accord. Try as hard as you want. That's why I can never get along with someone like you. I barely tolerate you, and that's only for Grandma's sake. She's very important to you, I understand that. Ren places a hand on Kazuya's shoulder, remembering the gesture to be one intended to offer comfort, but Kazuya immediately shrugs him off. Granny has a white savior complex? Oh my god. No, you don't understand. You've never lost anyone important to you. Kazuya's harsh words strike a chord deep within Ren. Noticing this, Kazuya stops mid-sentence, fumbling over what to say next. You look sad. Ren snaps out of his own state, perturbed by Kazuya's statements. Sad? Ren flinches. There's a tight knot in his chest. Sadness? Is that what this feeling means? It's very uncomfortable in any case. I don't like it. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Kazuya hesitates, nervously twiddling his fingers. Sighing, he stuffs his hands in his pockets, meeting Ren's gaze head on. I actually don't dislike you that much. It's like I said before, I just don't trust you. And even though Grandma knows how badly it went the last time someone in our family trusted outsiders, she still decides to bring you into our home. I couldn't believe it. Bringing someone like you into our home. Someone of your race. It hurt my feelings. Oh my god. Let's cry. Let's pour out some tears for the racist. Ren nods, listening intently to Kazuya's words. As he does, the painful feeling in his chest slowly fades. I'd like to apologize for hurting your feelings. White tears, bruh. Kazuya rolls his eyes, turning away from him. Not really. You're not really sorry. Perhaps my feelings do not work like yours, but I do not hurt people on purpose without reason. You're my family. It's my duty to protect you, and I failed. But it is too late to undo what damage is already done. I apologize for that. Kazuya nods, though he still refuses to meet Ren's gaze. In your own way, I guess you're really trying, huh? Very well, I accept your apology. One of Kazuya's hands retreats from his pocket, reaching out to Ren's hand. Are they gonna hold hands again? Have you changed your mind regarding holding hands? No, I'm trying to shake your hand. Oh. Ren stiffly accepts, shaking Kazuya's firm hand. I don't think I'll ever be able to trust you, but we're family now, whether I like it or not. That's why I'll try to understand you better at least. Maybe you do have feelings. Maybe you just deal with them differently. Perhaps. By the way, I'll seriously punch you if you tell anyone at school that we held hands. What about Granny and Haruto? Am I allowed to share this information with them? No way, they'll never live it down. I see. Is holding hands a very big deal in your culture? Something like that. By the end of the week, Ren's life had settled into a routine. He walks to school every morning and returns every afternoon together with Kazuya. In school, he spends most of his time together with Sora, and in the evenings, he shares dinner with Granny and Haruto. It's a comfortable routine. As usual, Kazuya waits for most of the students to file out of the classroom before approaching Ren's desk. Hey, I'm going to practice now. I'll see you at the park later. I apologize. I have other plans today. Huh? Kazuya stares at Ren in disbelief, as if he quite believe what he just heard. Did you just say you've got other plans? Yes, I have plans with Sora. Oh. Is that a problem? Kazuya frowns. Of course not. I prefer walking alone anyway. You don't have to yell. My hearing is very good. I'm not yelling. I'm leaving. Kazuya huffs and puffs, grabbing his bag, then storming out of the classroom. The few students that still linger in the classroom throw curious glances at the ongoing situation, though they quickly turn away after meeting Ren's gaze. Kazuya is naturally a loud person, but that was an unusually dramatic reaction even for him. Perhaps he feels uncomfortable that I've broken our routine. Although Ren does not like to break away from the regular routine, it is of the utmost importance that he meets with Sora after school today. It's one of the few days that Sora is not required to work, so it's their best shot at trying out this helping others mission. Ren and Sora meet outside the school, then walk to the park together along the road. Sora eagerly chats about all the great things they can accomplish together. Ren does not share his enthusiasm. Alright, we're here. Yes, what is the plan? Plan? We don't need a plan. We're just gonna go around and find people to help. That does not sound like an efficient use of time. Look, it'll be too difficult if we don't ask. It's not normal for people to voice their concerns aloud. Usually they just let their emotions bottle up inside. Why do they do that? It varies from person to person, but it's not easy to talk about your feelings out in the open. Ren nods slowly. He's never had to discuss his feelings with anyone before, so he's not quite sure if he can relate, but he thinks he understands it at least. Come on, we've got a long afternoon ahead of us. The boys begin walking around the neighborhood in search for anyone that might look like they need help. They ask a couple of random people, and while some appear to appreciate the sentiment, no one's interested in taking up their offer. Being a hero's sidekick is not as exciting as I thought it would be. I'm not a hero. Yeah, I know. You're just a regular good person. Sora sighs dejectedly, plopping down on a random bench. He stretches his arms high up in the air, yawning loudly. Let's take a break. But we haven't done anything yet. Ooh, if that isn't me. All the time. I'm not that young anymore. I need to take a breather every now and then. It is true that you're quite weak for a person that hauls around packages all day. Hey, I might be short, but I'm packing serious muscle growth underneath these clothes. Would you care to get out of those clothes so I can inspect those muscles? Before Ren can disagree, their conversation is interrupted by a stranger's desperate voice. Uh-oh. Excuse me, young men. Have either of you happened to stumble upon my cat? What does it look like? It's black-haired, male, very nimble. Well, aren't all cats nimble? What kind of comment is that? Sora turns to Ren expectantly. Ren racks through his memories, but he cannot remember noticing a cat that fits the description. Sorry, I don't think we have, but we can help you look for him. Oh, I wouldn't want to bother you, but if you have time, I'd appreciate it greatly. That sneaky cat is always running off at my age, I'm getting tired of looking for him. No worries, sir. We'll find him for you, right, Ren? This is an opportunity to help someone, isn't it? Yes, leave it to me. After being handed a picture of the black cat and told that his name is Tuna, Ren and Sora separate to search for the lost cat. In the past, during his time under Project X, Ren has had to deal with several missing person cases. He has plenty of experience with finding lost people or valuables, but this is his first time searching for a cat. In the end, it proves to be quite a challenge. After the sun is set, Ren and Sora meet up in the park, still no closer to finding the sneaky cat than they were before. That cat is a real pain, huh? Out of breath, Sora plunks down on a park bench, gasping for air as if his lungs had never tasted it before. What a workout. I'm concerned about Sora's lack of stamina, but I'm not sure whether it's appropriate or not for me to mention it. You really didn't find any clues that would lead to the cat at all? No. This sucks. My mom's going to kill me if I'm not back by dinner time. That's a very extreme response. Is it a normal custom to kill your children when they're late for dinner? Haha, Ren, very funny. But it was... Wait. But it was not a joke. I'd really like to know this information. I guess we have no other choice than to tell that old man that we couldn't find his cat. Come on, let's... Meow. Silence. Hearing a soft meow? Meow? What? Hearing a soft meow, Ren turns around. However, the cat is still nowhere in sight. He raises his head, catching a glimpse of black fur on one of the shorter trees. I have located the subject. Really? Where? Sora follows Ren's gaze. Huh, it's up in the tree? Try to coax it down while I call for someone with a ladder. No need. I will handle it. Without any delay or reluctance, Ren sets ahead, climbing the tree to reach the branch the black cat is clinging onto. At first it flinches as Ren reaches for it, but it quickly adapts to allowing him to scoop it up in his arms. Slowly, careful not to scare it, Ren climbs back down. Sora watches, impressed by Ren's quick response. That was quick. That was quick. Tuna, right? Grinning from ear to ear, Sora gently strokes the kitten's fur. The kitten mews softly, cuddling up against Ren. It's very soft. He's so adorable, don't you think? He has soft fur. Does that make him adorable? Sora ignores Ren's question, rambling on as usual. I think I'm going to end the stream here, guys.